Hey everyone, The Flash. This is my spoiler review of this movie. If you want to hear my non-spoiler kind of general thoughts about it, go take a look at the short I put also on this channel, and that'll give you some my ideas without any spoilers in case. So this is the last chance, spoiler warning for The Flash. Alright, so for this one I didn't jump out of my seat and love it, but I also didn't go and cross my arms and like I hated it. I'm kind of riding that middle line, kind of leaning a little bit more towards liking it. On the story side of things, it's simple enough. He went back in time to try to save his mom, but then by doing that, he made a new universe with a bunch of different... There's a lot of stuff that's different, But I think I've had my fill of multiverse stories. The last 2 years or so have been like a multiverse renaissance. Just saw a movie last week that had different universes, Spider-Verse, and then Marvel is also planning to do a bunch of multiverse hijinks. And the multiverse movie just won an Oscar for Best Picture, for God's sakes. I think we're totally saturated with the multiverse stuff, so we can fold that stuff up, put it into the drawer, and close it. And maybe only bust it out for special occasions, because I don't think we need any more right now. I'm over it. All right, so where's I? Sorry, yes, The Flash. Back to The Flash. I really wish they didn't show us so much in the trailers. Could you imagine if we went into this movie just thinking it's a Flash movie, and then we didn't know anything about Michael Keaton's Batman, and he just shows up like that? That would have been so exciting and so mind-blowing. But I understand the studio couldn't do that because all the controversy around Ezra Miller recently. It would be so hard to market this movie just with him and not show the other huge star that's in it. So I understand that why they did it, and I probably bet you like 80% of the movie people who did see this movie were going in to see Michael Keaton. And honestly, I don't think he did too much in this. He had his very nostalgic one-liners, like 2 one-liners. He helped the Barrys, and then he just flew the Batwing around, and then he died twice. That was really all he did. He had one cool fight scene. I'll give him that. He had one cool fight scene that was pretty fun. And then Barry has to goes back in time, puts the can of tomatoes back, and then he comes back to his time, and Affleck turns into Clooney for just fun, another cameo, I guess, to end the movie. They wanted to just throw in... I'm sure they even had plans to do even more cameos. They just couldn't. But for most of this movie, it's the 2 Barry Allens, which are pretty good. Ezra Miller does a pretty nice job of playing himself, Barry Allen, and then also a younger version of himself, being a little more annoying and excited about everything. Obviously everything that's going on in Ezra Miller's life personally is, doesn't seem like they're doing too well, and I hope they get the help that they need. But this might be the last time we see them for a good long while. I think there's going to be, but Hollywood always loves a comeback story. So, give it 5, 10, I don't know how many years. Maybe we'll see them again. But a movie like this would have been so great before the Justice League, to give the Flash a bit more background before joining the team. Honestly, they should have done that with every single member on the team. But, what's done is done, and that's the past. And what James Gunn has cooking is the future. And speaking of the past and the future, let's talk about the Speed Force and some of the VFX that were a bit wonky in this movie. As far as the Speed Force goes, I get what they were going for, having like the rings of time and events going on. But some of the faces weren't really working for me. They had some of the scary CG babies in the beginning that were absolutely haunting. But I give it a little bit of a pass, I guess, because it's more of a comedic scene. But there was some stuff that I noticed, like a lot of head and face replacement when they had the 2 Barrys next to each other. If Parent Trap could do it flawlessly with the 2 one actors, you gotta be able to pull it off, DC. I'm sorry. And I almost forgot to mention Supergirl. She wasn't much of a surprise because we saw her in the trailers. She was fine, but she was really just there to fight Zod for a bit. And even though the big battle at the end was kind of everywhere and chaotic, they did do a good job of keeping it more grounded with just more Barry's point of view. And even though they went back in time and try to fix things, they always end up losing no matter what they do. And I really liked all the emotional moments he had with his mom, even though he saved her in the beginning, and then at the end he knew he had to let her go because that's how time was supposed to go. It was very touching, and he got to say goodbye in a very nice way. And at the end, when all the different realities were colliding, that was kind of interesting. We got kind of a peek into each of the universes. We saw Christopher Reeve's Superman. We saw Adam West Batman. And a lot of the fanboys probably are gushing about the Nicolas Cage in that universe. That never happened. In case you didn't know, just, not to mansplain, but in case you didn't know, Nicolas Cage is going to play Superman in a Tim Burton movie in the 90s, but Warner Brothers completely scrapped the whole project in 1998. But with that ending scene, what I really wanted to see was all the universes colliding and crashing into it, not being reset like they were, but like coming in, crashing into each other, and then everything just flashes to white. Flashes back to white, and then maybe some text come up and like be like DCEU will return or come back, or whatever the cheesy line they want to say, but like having it end there would be very kind of cool, and have James Gunn kind of have complete empty blank slate to do whatever he wanted to, and it'd be kind of fun having to explain, oh, this person is this and that's before this and this before that. It's like, no, everything reset, blank slate. It would have been cool. But overall, I wasn't raving about this. Like some early reviews were saying that this is the best comic book movie that ever existed. I don't know about that. But closing this chapter in the DC is interesting, and I'm excited to see what they do next. Starting fresh is the best for them. They need it. They need a refresh. I think I would give The Flash about a 6 out of 10, about a hair above middle ground for me. Let me know what you thought about the movie. I usually put 1-minute YouTube shorts about my quick thoughts about the movies I see, and there's so many movies coming out more movies coming out this summer that I'm very excited for. So check me out on TikTok and here on this YouTube channel for my shorts about the new movies coming out. If you could press that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. And have a great rest of the summer, everybody. Enjoy. Have a good one.